Did you know that in 1998, a single manufacturer's hot dogs were linked to 108 listeriosis cases and 14 deaths, making it the largest listeria breakout in U.S. history? Researchers later confirmed that Listeria monocytogenes can grow slowly at refrigerator temperatures, turning ready-to-eat links into hidden health hazards. This beloved summer staple might be harboring unseen risk behind its savory snap. If a store-bought hot dog can carry dangerous bacteria, would you still eat it? Let's walk through the safety checks that keep your hot dog safe. Hot dogs trace their roots to mid-19th century New York, where German immigrants sold handmade frankfurters from street carts as early as the 1860s. These early sausages featured simple spice blends that were grilled over open flames for busy urban crowds. By the early 1900s, steam-powered factories began producing hot dogs in bulk, standardizing recipes and extending shelf life. During World War II, mass production surged to supply troops, cementing the hot dog status as America's go-to convenience food. Today, billions of links roll off assembly lines each year, blending tradition with modern efficiency. Major Midwestern plants receive daily truckloads of pork shoulders, beef rounds, and up to 40% chicken trimmings, all held at or below 40 degrees Fahrenheit to safeguard freshness. Upon arrival, these primals moved to automated trimming lines equipped with high-resolution cameras and robotic blades. The system snips away excess fat, sinew, and connective tissue to achieve the target 80-20 lean-to-fat ratio that delivers both juiciness and snap. Next, each trim piece passes under metal detectors that reject any foreign objects before the meat continues down the line. Samples are pulled every hour for on-site pathogen testing, screening for salmonella and listeria in a lab that turns around results in under 60 minutes. But that's only the beginning. The next step will reveal the process that truly transforms these raw cuts into the flavor-packed links you know and love. After trimming, the meat goes into a two-stage grinder, first coarse, then fine, at just above freezing to help keep fat solid. Next, they mix in binders. Think Argo cornstarch, salt, and a spice blend, often using paprika and garlic powder, to hit that classic hot dog flavor. A quick vacuum knead under 3 minutes removes air and locks in moisture. Have you noticed a difference in texture between brands? Let us know which hot dog you prefer below. Next, we'll see how this mix turns into the perfect link. Once mixed, the meat emulsion flows into high-speed stuffers. Here it's pumped into smooth collagen casings or traditional hog casings for that classic snap. Automatic twisters pinch and separate every 5.25-inch length. You might be wondering, are these casings safe to eat? The answer is yes. Collagen casings are made from food-grade proteins and are FDA approved for direct contact with meat. Natural hog casings are rigorously cleaned, inspected, and tested for pathogens before use. Next, we'll uncover how these links develop their final color and aroma. Ready to find out how these links get their signature color and aroma? Step 4 is where the real transformation happens. Links enter a 5-zone oven where Zone 1 blasts 212 degrees Fahrenheit steam to set the protein. Zones 2 and 3 add maple smoke at 225 degrees Fahrenheit for color and aroma, and Zones 4 and 5 ramp it up to 245 degrees Fahrenheit to fully cook and dry the surface. Inline probes constantly check core temperatures. Each link must hit at least 158 degrees Fahrenheit to pass food safety standards. At full tilt, the oven handles up to 20,000 links per hour, enough to fill a stadium's worth of hot dog buns in minutes. But that's only half the story. Step 5 locks it all in. Fresh from the oven, links pass under chilled water showers, dropping their core temperature below 40 degrees Fahrenheit in under 5 minutes. Then they glide along refrigerated conveyors to automated weigh and seal machines, packing 12 link pouches at a rate of about 30 packs per minute. Random X-ray and weight audits confirm each pack matches label claims and is free of contaminants. Sealed pouches are boxed, shrink-wrapped, and loaded onto refrigerated trucks, bound for stores nationwide. But that's not all. According to the FDA, in 2022 alone, over 13,000 jars of barbecue sauce were pulled from shelves due to potential contamination with dangerous bacteria like Clostridium botulinum. How often do you really think about what's inside your favorite barbecue sauce and whether it's actually safe? Join Captain Discovery as we dig into the bubbling vats, automated mixers, and high-stakes safety tests that determine whether your next barbecue is a flavor win or a food safety nightmare. Barbecue sauce traces its origins back to the early American South, where cooks began blending tomato, vinegar, and spices to tenderize and flavor slow-cooked meats. Today, barbecue sauce is a $2 billion industry in the U.S., with countless regional varieties, from smoky Kansas City style to tangy Carolina blends. It all starts in California's Central Valley, the tomato capital of the U.S. Over 250,000 acres of tomatoes are grown here every year. Harvest season hits its peak from July to September. Automatic harvesters cruise through the fields, picking Roma tomatoes at their juiciest. Why Roma? Thick flesh and low moisture make them perfect for sauce. But tomatoes are just the foundation. Barrels of molasses, sharp vinegar, secret spice blends, and liquid smoke arrive from trusted suppliers across North America. Every shipment is logged and tracked for safety. At the factory, nothing escapes inspection. So what happens after these ingredients pass inspection? The real transformation is just getting started. Fresh tomatoes arrive at the factory and head straight to the conveyor belt. They move into a washing and sorting line. Powerful jets blast away dirt and any leftover residue. This system can clean up to 10 tons of tomatoes every hour. Once cleaned, the tomatoes enter a giant dicing machine. machine chops them into small, uniform pieces. These pieces are sent into massive blenders. Some blenders can process up to 5,000 pounds of tomatoes in a single batch. The blenders turn the chunks into a thick, smooth tomato paste. During this process, the skins and seeds are filtered out. Nothing goes to waste. Skins and seeds are collected for animal feed or compost. So, what happens to this rich tomato paste next? Stay tuned for the next step. Thick tomato puree is pumped into huge stainless steel kettles. Each kettle can hold up to 500 gallons at a time. Automated systems add exact amounts of molasses, vinegar, spices, and liquid smoke. The mixture is heated gently at a steady, controlled temperature. It also destroys any harmful bacteria. Do you have a favorite style of barbecue sauce? Smoky, sweet, or spicy? Let us know in the comments. Before the sauce is bottled, technicians take samples from every batch. These samples go straight to the quality assurance lab. A special device called a viscometer measures how thick the sauce is. The goal is to make sure the sauce pours easily but still sticks to your ribs or chicken. Only batches that pass every test are approved for bottling. But what does it take to get all that sauce safely into the bottle? The next step might surprise you. Once the sauce passes every test, it moves to the bottling line. This high-speed system can fill up to 120 bottles every minute. The sauce is poured in while it's still hot. Filling the bottles hot helps kill any leftover bacteria and locks in the flavor. Next, each bottle is capped and sealed automatically. The bottles then move down the line to the labeling station. Here, machines place each label perfectly for a clean, professional look. But what about America's most iconic dessert? Market analysts reveal that a single industrial plant can crank out a staggering 210,000 apple pies per day. That leads us to ask, how do they manage ingredient quality, freshness, and hygiene at this scale? Tune in, because Captain Discovery is heading straight into the heart of these pie factories, and the answers might surprise you. Few desserts are as iconic in America as apple pie. First brought over by English and Dutch settlers in the 17th century, apple pie became a symbol of American tradition, especially after World War II, when mass production took off. Today, it's estimated that over 185 million pies are sold every year in the US alone. Factories source apples from major U.S. growing regions like Washington and Michigan, where the harvest runs from late August through October. Every day, tons of firm, tart, and sweet apple varieties, such as Granny Smith, Golden Delicious, and Fuji, are washed on a high-speed sorting line. Automatic slicers quickly cut the apples into uniform wedges before they drop into giant stainless steel kettles. There, a blend of honey, apple juice, and a precise mix of starch and spices are added, while large mechanical paddles gently tumble the apples to infuse them with flavor. The massaging motion causes the apples to release their natural juices, thickening the filling and creating that classic aroma. In just 1 hour, a single kettle can produce enough filling for over 5,000 pies. Ever wondered? Do you prefer your apple pie filling chunky or smooth and jammy? Let us know in the comments. But that's only the first layer of the pie puzzle. Pie factories use massive blocks of creamery butter, trucked in daily from Midwest dairies, to start the dough. Workers combine the butter with organic wheat flour from states like Kansas and Nebraska, plus a measured dose of sugar and water in a giant spiral mixer. Once blended, the dough is pressed into thin sheets by an automatic sheeter, churning out up to 600 feet of pastry per hour. Next, these dough sheets are stacked and chilled, ready to be shaped into that classic golden crust. Industrial sheeters help ensure that each shell is perfectly even, no matter how fast the line moves. But the real secret to a flaky crust is coming up in the next step. On the assembly line, conveyor belts carry chilled dough sheets beneath filling dispensers. Specialized depositing machines portion out exact mounds of apple filling onto each crust, ensuring every pie gets just the right amount. Operators visually inspect for evenness before the next layer of dough is draped over the top. Then, the line's precision arms tuck and seal each pie, preparing it for the final trim. Ever snuck a bite of raw pie dough as a kid? Comment below with your pie-making memories. And if you think that's the last step before baking, think again. A massive rotary cutter. Imagine a cookie cutter on an industrial scale descends onto the pies, trimming the edges and crimping them shut with a signature ruffled look. Lift mechanisms gently raise the pies onto moving racks, keeping the process fast but careful to avoid damage. Each line can shape and trim over 7,000 pies per hour. So what happens once these pies are sealed tight? The answer is hotter than you might think. The trim pies move into tunnel ovens, where hot air circulates to cook them evenly, reaching temperatures around 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 to 20 minutes. Next, they're transferred to cooling chambers, where chilled air brings them down to packaging temperatures in minutes. It's a whirlwind journey. By the time the pies leave this zone, they've been cooked, cooled, and checked for quality faster than you can say a la mode. But their journey is not quite over yet. Automated box erectors fold and glue hundreds of pie cartons every minute. Freshly baked pies roll onto the line and are placed into boxes, either by machine or by workers for the specialty runs. Each box is scanned, sealed, and stacked for shipment to stores nationwide. It's estimated that a single packing line can process up to 10,000 pies per shift. And here's something to ponder. For many Americans, apple pie isn't just a dessert, it's nostalgia in a box. But what do you like with your slice? Ice cream, cheddar, or something totally different? But our journey through America's factory foods isn't over yet. A report estimates that the US eats around 50 billion burgers annually, which translates into some 1,000 cows for every million patties. Which naturally prompts the question, what happens behind the scenes of a burger patty production, especially when it comes to meat sourcing, processing, or even cost-cutting measures? Captain Discovery's taking you into the processing backbone of America's favorite sandwich. Stay tuned! The hamburger originated in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, inspired by the Hamburg steak brought to America by German immigrants. It quickly evolved into an American staple, with the first fast food burgers sold in the 1920s. Today, the hamburger is more than a meal. It's a symbol of American culture and mass production ingenuity. The journey begins in America's heartland, where wheat is harvested from the Great Plains, mainly Kansas and Nebraska, during late summer. Flour, water, liquid yeast, and salt are blended in enormous industrial mixers, each batch weighing up to several hundred pounds. A specialized enzyme called protease is introduced, breaking down gluten to give the buns their signature softness. The dough moves into high-capacity kneaders, emerging smooth and elastic after several minutes. Do you like your burger buns soft and fluffy, or with a bit more of a chew? Drop your favorite style in the comments. Conveyor belts transfer the enriched dough to an automated dough rounder, dividing and shaping it into perfect balls at lightning speed. These dough balls are lightly dusted with flour and sent through a quick 3-minute intermediate rest, a step crucial for even rising. Pan loaders carefully place each ball into baking pans, while pan shakers ensure every bun fits snugly into its slot. The buns go through final proofing for 55 minutes in a climate-controlled room, allowing them to double in size and develop their signature texture. Just before baking, a glazing machine coats them with a shiny pea coating wash. Then a seeding machine rains down sesame seeds for crunch and classic appeal. Finally, the buns bake at 240 degrees Celsius for about 8 to 9 minutes in massive tunnel ovens, turning golden brown on the outside and staying pillowy inside. So what happens to thousands of buns the moment they leave the oven? Let's see. Right out of the oven, vacuum depanning systems gently lift buns off pans without a scratch. The buns ride conveyor belts to spiral coolers, vertical conveyors stretching up to 40 feet tall, where each bun cools for about 27 minutes. This controlled cooling locks in freshness and that soft bite, even after hours in transport. Once cooled, high-speed slicers have the buns, prepping them for burger assembly. Packaging machines swiftly wrap and seal each batch, protecting against staleness and contamination. Buns are then stacked on specially designed racks, engineered to prevent crushing or flattening. Finally, loaded racks are wheeled onto refrigerated delivery trucks, ready to head to restaurants nationwide. Just think, every hour, a single plant can process over 60,000 buns, but that's only half of the burger equation. Beef for McDonald's burgers is sourced from family ranches and feedlots across states like Texas, Nebraska, and Colorado. Time for peak freshness and fat content, usually around 80% lean, 20% fat for juiciness. Giant 2,000-pound beef boxes arrive and are inspected within 48 hours to ensure temperature, color, and safety. Meat is chilled on conveyors with CO2 to exactly 29 degrees Fahrenheit before entering industrial grinders. Grinders and blenders mix the beef for uniformity, then stamping machines form the mix into precise patty shapes tailored for different burger sizes. From grinding to freezing, the process takes just 24 minutes, locking in freshness without any binders or fillers. Each patty passes through a metal detector and is stacked by a robotic arm for hygiene and efficiency. Samples from every batch are grilled and taste tested by a quality team before being shipped at -4 degrees Fahrenheit to maintain that just ground texture. But there's one more stop before your burger lands on a tray. At the restaurant, buns are toasted in high-efficiency toasters for just 20 to 27 seconds. Crisp outside, soft inside. Frozen patties go straight onto the clamshell grill, where both sides cook at once. No flipping is needed. Each patty is cooked in about 40 seconds. A sprinkle of salt and pepper is added right after grilling. Fresh vegetables and classic condiments are layered on to complete the iconic McDonald's burger, ready to serve within minutes. Every dish we explored today, from classic favorites to unexpected factory creations, undergoes a far more complex journey than most people realize. These foods are crafted to deliver flavor, safety, and shelf life, all at an industrial scale. Which production process surprised or impressed you the most? Or is there another food or product you're curious about? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to Captain Discovery so you don't miss a behind-the-scenes look. We'll keep exploring the foods you enjoy, even if you've never seen how they're made.